In a bustling city filled with skyscrapers and honking cars lived a boy named Orion. Orion had wild, curly hair, big curious eyes, and a love for storytelling. He spent his days imagining fantastic tales and drawing them in his sketchbook. But there was something that frightened Orion more than anything: the dark. Every night, he would pull his blankets up to his chin, convinced that shadows in his room were moving. Dejected and tired of being afraid, Orion decided he needed to face his fear. It was nighttime, and with a determined look, he grabbed his flashlight and his trusty sketchbook filled with superhero stories. As he flipped through the pages, one of his superhero characters, Captain Bravery, seemed to shimmer and glow. With a magical flash, Captain Bravery jumped off the page and became real in Orion's room. Orion couldn't believe his eyes. Captain Bravery stood tall with a cape fluttering like it had its own wind. "Orion," Captain Bravery said with a booming yet comforting voice, "it's time to journey into the dark movie to conquer your fears." They stepped out onto Orion's windowsill, and with a giant leap, they entered the dark movie. The dark movie was unlike anything Orion had ever seen. It was filled with towering trees made of fog, rivers of shimmering starlight, and hills that seemed to be made of soft, fluffy clouds. Every now and then, Orion would see a shadowy figure darting through the fog. His heartbeat quickened. "Stay close," Captain Bravery said. "Here, the shadows are just beings waiting for a friend." Squinting his eyes, Orion saw a small, timid shadow hiding behind a fog tree. As he approached, he noticed it was shivering. "Hello," Orion said gently. The shadow looked up, revealing big, round eyes filled with sadness. I am scared of the light," it whispered. Realizing that the shadow was just as scared as he was, Orion sat down and opened his sketchbook. He drew the shadow as a little character with a bright smile. "See? You're not scary, you're special," Orion said. The shadow brightened a little, and Orion felt braver. Suddenly, other shadows came out, each with their own stories of fear and loneliness. Orion drew each one, giving them smiles and capes, and soon they began to glow like lanterns. Captain Bravery beamed with pride. "Fear melts when faced with kindness and understanding," he said. As the stars twinkled all around them, Orion realized something important. The dark wasn't a monster, it was just a place filled with others who needed a light to guide them. He waved goodbye to his new shadow friends, promising to visit them every night. With a whoosh, Captain Bravery and Orion leapt back through the window into his room. Orion kept his promise, facing each night with new courage. His sketchbook filled with stories of shadows transformed into heroes, and his room, once scary at night, became a canvas for his adventures. Courage, he found, wasn't the absence of fear, it was shining brightly despite it.